Cut away this time by Scrivens, and that's a nice shot, and there'll be runs, 4 of them in fact. And that's a decent shot. She's thrown everything at that. Clipped nicely into the leg side. Aerially, but perfectly safely, and it's gone for 4. And that's a really nice shot, just a little over pitched. And Jo Gardner's on that. Norris, and that's played beautifully on the back foot by Grace Scrivens. She has bisected the fielders. Well, that's chipped up, but safely down, and in fact goes all the way for 4, as it's a bit of a misfield as well. Graham this time possibly over pitching, and Grace Scrivens was on it so quickly. Given a little air that time, nice shot. Oh, and it's through the fielder. And that will be 4. Short this time, and that's just helped round the corner. And that will be 4 runs. And that's short and outside leg stump. And oh, and there's a big drive, and it's a thickish outside edge. Down the leg side from Tatani, and that should be 4 more. Tatani short of a length, and it's pulled away superbly. Oh, what a shot! And that should be Grace Scrivens' 50. It's driven out, and a great stop to make sure she doesn't score a 4th successive boundary. But Grace Scrivens brings up her 50. Oh, and it's Boulder. Oh, in fact, I'm doing the wicketkeeper a massive disservice. It was a stumping. Brilliant piece of keeping. Gives that a bit of air feed, Morris, and that's whacked straight back over her head for the first 6 of the match. And that will be Jo Gardner's 50. Oh, I think there was a little edge. It's gone for 4. That's a decent effort, and that's gone. It's a good catch in the deep, and another big wicket for Thunder. It's a full toss, and it's smashed back, and that could be out. They're asking for a run out, and it is, because, in very unfortunate for the Sunrisers, it was a full toss that was absolutely nailed by Cordelia Griffiths, but Fee Morris, in her follow-through, has got her hand to the ball, deflected it onto the stumps, and Jodie Grucock was out of her crease and has to go. Yeah. Oh, and there's a big shout for LB, and it's given. Short. Fired in a bit, and that has raced away for 4. Bit of air, and that is just chipped straight to cover. And that's smashed down the ground. In the last over, but is more comfortable against the spinners. That is nicely swept and goes all the way for 4. What a piece of timing. Oh, a big appeal, and with the very first ball she's picked up a massive wicket for the Thunder. And there's another big shout for LB, and it's another LBW decision that's been given. Comes down the wicket, fetches that, and that's all the way. It's a great shot by Maddie Villiers, and she'll get 4 for it, despite the best efforts of the fielder. Oh, and she launches it offside this time for 4 more. Always had the ability. Oh, and this time she's gone. One heave too many. She misses it and she is bowled. Oh, and bowled her. Just leaning forward, trying to flick into the leg side. Wide, and had a big swing at it, did Sophie Munro, and she got a big thick outside edge. And that will be 4 more as a bonus, because that is an absolutely rifling cover drive. Oh, and this should be out, and is out. Thick edge, and it goes straight up in the air, and it is taken by Hannah Jones, and that is the end of the Sunrisers innings, all out for 253. And that is punched out into the covers. Oh, and it skips across. The unfortunate Flo Miller, who had done brilliantly to stop one earlier in the over. Can Katie Kopak find that? Slightly slower ball and well spotted by Smale, who has hit it on the up through the covers for 4. That's Fuller, and flicked round into that vacant area Danny was talking about, and it will be 4. Ooh, and that's cut above slip. A very nice shot actually, but not without its risk. Down the wicket, and that's a brilliant catch. Diving forward, superb catch. That's flighted nicely and smacked up. Oh, and it's poor fielding. And that's hit well. Villiers to continue. That's it, and that's driven very sweetly. That'll be 4. Just short of length and just dab backward of square. This could go all the way. Brewcock to continue, and that is superbly played. This time, however, she moves down the wicket, turns a full length delivery into a full toss. Full toss. Oh, and this is dinked up. This should be out. Well, what an extraordinary wicket. That's cut away nicely, but
from my look, there were 2 fielders, whether it dissected them.
Oh, and that's a full toss, and it swung away, but it could be straight down the fielder's throat, and it is. Oh, and there's an edge first ball, and that was a good delivery. Oh, and that's wide and cut away, and there'll be nothing they can do to stop that one. Quicker ball, and that's straight. Yeah, and she's got her. Oh, that would have been close. Oh, and they're going again, but this time it is...
2 batters at the wrong end.
Oh! As that run out comes about through a complete muddle between the 2. There was a run there.
Spin option for us. And that's unfortunate, getting a thick edge.
Yeah. That's going to go, I think, all the way. And that's guided, but straight. Oh, and there should be a run out now, and is a run out now.
Play out.
Absolutely right. That's just dropped a bit short by Grace Scrivens and is swatted away well. In fact, it's gone all the way. Grace Scrivens in again, and she gives that air, and that's launched back over the head. 1 bounce for 4. Only a single in the end. Grace Scrivens to continue, and this is, oh, again, desperately close. Definitely are, and that's driven, that's 4. That's a really lovely shot. There's a bit of width. Oh, and that's just launched and is caught. What a brilliant catch. Diving, sliding in on her knees.
Joe
Gardner it was, down at long on. That's up in the air again. She could be on a hat-trick now. She is on a hat-trick now. Oh, that's a brilliant catch. If she'd left it, it would have been a wide.
What a catch of Rachael. She'll have been berating herself for a couple of the stumpings earlier on, but to take that is absolutely phenomenal. What a brilliant catch.
They still do have the wicket in hand, and that's up in there. This should be the end of the match. and is the end of the match, because Grace Scrivens has taken the most wonderful catch and ensured that Sophie Munro finishes with 5 wickets. Sophie Munro finishes with 5 for 25 as the final wicket falls.